What the hell's the connection with the playlist?
He was a very popular artist.
He blasts, what songs are you blasting? Because your brother's telling me they weren't supposed to be released yet.
He was on the way home today. All his unreleased music is right here.
First of all, when I'm connecting, there's this young man that's coming through to the front of the line that had died.
My son.
Okay. He's here. And did your dad also pass?
Yes.
He's here with your father, because I have your father here as well, letting you know that your son is here. And I have to tell you that, first of all, your dad just wants you to know that he's watching over your son on the other side and that he's okay. Your son also wants to let you know that he knows about the prayers that you said for him, because he talks about all the prayers that you're constantly saying for your son, hoping that he's okay. He is there and with you. He tells me that you talk to him all the time, and he wants to thank you for the car conversations. He shows me like you'll just be in the car and talking to him and speaking to him. And your son says, let him know I'm okay. Let him know that I'm okay. But this is what I don't like. Do you feel, was somebody responsible for his passing here in this world?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he keeps telling me, Matt, my mom is so upset. And he keeps telling me about, you think like someone's lying to you or not telling you the truth about your son's passing.
True.
Okay. That's why he's here. Because can I tell you everything? That's the next question.
Yes.
Because when I'm here, your son says to me, Matt, he goes, I'm going to tell you things. He goes, but you need to be like Whoopi Goldberg and Ghost. He goes, I'm going to tell you what to say and you better say it. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to tell you what you tell me. And when I'm connecting with your son, he shows me that he was very loving, that he loved you and his family so much, but he also used to get into trouble here in this world when I'm connecting with him. He says, and Matt, he says, I was always at the wrong place at the wrong time and with the wrong people. He tells me that you tried to protect him in so many different ways. And he tells me that not only were you his mother, but he also tells me that you were his life coach and his protector here in the physical world.
Yeah.
He says, but the hardest thing was with your son is I keep seeing that he was like a little kid that like didn't want to grow up here in this world. He tells me he had such a hard time with responsibility. He tells me that he had such a hard time with basically with responsibility. That's what he's showing me. And he's bringing that through. He says, Matt, I just wanted to live life the way that I wanted to live life. And what the hell is with his shoe collection or his sneaker collection?
He had a lot of tennis shoes. And
he shows me like he loved his sneakers here in this world when I'm speaking to him. The one thing that I don't understand is this. And by the way, when I'm connecting with him, I also keep hearing happy birthday, happy birthday.
It's his birthday tomorrow.
No fuck. That's crazy. Who's this? Is that his brother?
His brother.
So know that your brothers just came through because he keeps saying to me, happy birthday. So if it's your birthday tomorrow, sir, know that that's your brother's way of letting you know he's going to be with you. Are you also getting the tattoo in memory of him, by the way? Or did you get the tattoo in memory of him?
Yes, right here, behind my ear.
And he showed me it being like put down on paper. So your brother wants to thank you for that. He also says to me, stop playing his songs. Stop playing his songs. So do you have his playlist? What the hell's the connection with the playlist?
He was a very popular artist.
He blasts, what songs are you blasting? Because your brother's telling me they weren't supposed to be released yet. So were you like going and like playing music that he hadn't showed anyone yet, or that he was subconscious over?
He was on the way home today. All his unreleased music is right here.
Shut up, that's crazy. He says to me, Matt, he goes, you tell my brother, because he's busting your balls. He says to me, tell him, stop playing my stuff, stop playing my stuff. But that was his personality. When I'm connecting with him, it's so funny because he was not famous here in this world yet, but he already lived life like he was famous here in this world, he says to me. Because he says to me, he keeps saying to me, Matt, I was going to make it. I was going to make it, he said to me. And he always used to say that here in this world.
Yeah.
And when I'm connected with him, he's dressing like he was a rapper, like here in this world as well. Like he's got like the hoodie when I'm connected with him. He was big into style here in the physical world when I'm connecting with him. And that's why he was also talking about his shoes. He needs you all to know that he wants to be remembered by his music, his passion, and his love. He says, and Matt, I need them to stop. He says, to stop obsessing over my death. He says, because at the end of the day, all I care about is that my family's happy. Now, what I don't understand, did he die in the car here in the physical?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Why was he in the car though?
I can't.
He was killed in the car.
So that's why his soul died, because he wasn't telling me exactly what had happened, but he shows me he was in the car and somebody was responsible. There's certain things that your son is not telling me during this reading. And I know that the reason why he's not telling me is because he doesn't want to bring you back to that day. But I have to tell you this. When I'm connecting with him, he says to me, Matt, I want to thank my mom for trying to fight for justice for me here in this world. He says, but at the end of the day, he shows me that you have all this anger, pain and hurt. He says, and Matt, my family's not like that. He says, my mom's not like that. My mom always taught me to forgive, to let it go. He says, and to keep moving on. He says, and I have to remind her of those same words. He says, because I don't want to see my mom in pain anymore. Your son says to me that you were the best mother that you could have possibly been to him. And no matter what happened, nothing that you could have done could have saved your son on that day. So unfortunately, what I have to tell you is this. Your son says to me that you're going through a really hard grief, and it's going to get a little bit harder, but then it's going to get better. When I'm connecting with him, he says that a lot of this is over grief that you're going through. So what I have to tell you is this, is that you're going to sense and feel your son so much more than you are now. He says, but I need her to be able to let go of that day. So know that one of the things is that I kept seeing like this, like everybody listening to his songs. So I don't know if like nobody knows that he's got this music out there or has these tracks out there, but he shows me them being released. And your brother says to me, if there's one thing that you can do for me to honor me, it's release that music to the world. Because he says to me that that was the one thing your brother, your son, when he's coming through, he says to me, this is how I want it to be remembered. This was my legacy in life. Some people write books, some people write poetry. I wrote music. And he says, don't let that music die with me, release it.
Yeah.
So I want you to know that when you're ready to release that music, you let me know. I'll put it on my page as well. I'll help in any way I can.
Thank you.
And know that one of the things that I need you to know right now is that your son coming through is letting you know that it doesn't matter in the way that he had died. His soul is completely at peace. And what's so beautiful is that he's leaving you now with this piece of knowing that not only is he okay, but when this reading ends, his soul will be with all of you. Mm-hmm. He says, Matt, he says, have my mom promise that she's going to let go of that pain because I don't want to see her hurt anymore. He says that he wants you to celebrate birthdays, celebrations, holidays. He says, and I don't want her to just go through the motions. I want her to actually enjoy every day. Because when she's enjoying with the family, so am I in spirit. Did you all have shirts made in memory of him?
Yeah, everybody has a shirt with his name and picture. I don't. I mean, sweat hoods and things. I haven't, but his siblings have.
We had a brand with him.
You had a what?
A brand. It was like a brand shirt that we made for the family.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So know it's his way of letting you know in spirit that anytime you wear that, he says, he keeps telling me represent. So know that it's his way of letting you know that he still wants you to wear that, right? And be proud, because in heaven, he knows that was done. That's pretty cool. And it's his way of letting you know in spirit that he is fine and he is always there and with you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm going to leave you with that.